I want a serious relationship. Over and over again in Filipina profiles, online and otherwise, a Filipina writes that they want a serious relationship. They don't want any fun. They want a serious relationship. They want someone to love them and accept them exactly the way that they are for the rest of their life, and to marry them and only spend time with them. So a serious relationship. Now, let's look at what people do when they are serious about a job or a career. For example, there's also people all around the world who want to have a serious job, who want to make lots of money, who want to have a successful career. And so let's look at some of the things that somebody does when they want to succeed seriously, when they are serious about success. Well, first of all, right, they will go to school for maybe 20 years, right? Go through high school, but then they'll go to college, they'll go to school, and they'll spend 4 or 5 hours, 10 hours every single day preparing, learning about school. Right? They will spend time, they will spend money, they will spend many years preparing to succeed at work. Then they will study at the new job, right? So first they will take interviews, they will visit different places, and they will show up on time for the interview. If they're going to get a job, they cannot show up late or they are immediately disqualified, so they must show up on time. Maybe they will visit 1, 2, 10, 20, maybe they'll visit 100 possible jobs before they get a job. So first they study in school for many years, then they apply for jobs. They have to fill out the application. Now, if they do not fill out the application, they don't get the interview. And if they do not show up at the interview on time, they don't get the job. So they fill out the application and they show up for the interview again and again and again. Now, they also have to dress nice for the interview, right? If they show up to the interview with muddy clothes and a torn dress, well, they don't get the job. They have to show up nice. And they have to get a bus fare or a taxi or a tricycle. They have to go to the interview. And they have to go and to many interviews until they get the job. But the job is still not secure. Imagine if an employee said to a boss, to an employer, I want you to hire me for the rest of my life. I don't want you to have any other employees. I want you to pick me and only me. And I want you to hire me even if I do a bad job. If I get sick and do a bad job, you have to hire me anyway. And if I don't do a very good job, you also have to hire me. Otherwise, I'm not going to work for you. Well, many bosses would not hire that employee, right? Right? But if the employee is the best employee, the boss is not going to fire that employee, right? If you own a company and somebody is the best employee, they show up on time, they work hard, they're polite, they know what they're doing, they're honest. If someone is the best employee and they are making you money in your business, you're never going to fire them. You're never going to say, you know what? You are my best employee. You make me lots of money. You show up on time every day. You work hard. I like you. But I'm going to fire you because over here is another employee. They're lazy, they're dishonest, they steal money, they don't know what they're doing. But I would rather hire this employee, right? In other words, job security does not come because an employee asks an employer, you have to promise to only hire me, no matter if there's a better employee, no matter if there is, even if I'm lazy and lose you a lot of money, you promised you will hire me all the time. So keep your promise. That's silly, right? People always do the thing that they believe is best for the long term for themselves, right? So if you are a great employee, the boss will try to keep you working at their company. Now, sometimes the boss is crazy. In fact, many times the boss is crazy, and they don't understand what is a good employee and what is a bad employee. That can be the case, right? Sometimes. But most of the time, the reason the boss is because they know how to do that work. They know how to run that company. They know how to raise money. They know how to make money. They know how to do the work, and they will hire you if you do a good job, and they will fire you if you do a bad job. So you have to study for the job, you have to show up, you have to do interviews, and you have to keep doing a good job. If you do a good job for 1 week, but then you get lazy, then the boss will fire you and pick an employee who will do a good job for a long time, right? Not just for the first week, because it's easy to do a good job for a week because you're excited and maybe you're scared of losing money, but you have to learn to do a good job for many years, right? So all of this is required, and then you have to show up at the job on time every day. You have to work every day, right? You have to be honest every day. You have to be polite every day, meaning if the boss says good morning and you say, go fuck yourself, I have a bad day, go get out of here, I'm going to start drinking. Well, the boss is going to get rid of you, right? So you have to make an effort, right? And you have to keep learning because the world changes. You have to keep learning new skills every day. Maybe you have to wear a uniform. You have to be polite to the customers, right? You have to think long term. You have to show up and you have to wait for your paycheck, right? You don't just get paid in advance. You have to wait for the paycheck, right? And maybe the bus is late one day and you have to apologize for being late, but you have to do a lot of things. And if you do all of these things, right? So you show up on time, in a uniform, you have to wait for the paycheck, you have to keep studying. Now, if you do all of this well, then you will have a serious career. You will get promoted. People will appreciate your skill. And you will succeed in the long run. Maybe somebody will steal your position in the short term and you have to get another job. Maybe one of the employees is jealous of your ability and will try to undermine your job in some way, and you have to work through it. But that means you have to earn a reputation. Because if you have a good reputation and somebody tries to destroy your job, it will not be easy to destroy your job. You have to make it hard for them. by having a good reputation. Meaning if you lied last week and you lied the week before and you lied the week before that, and somebody tells the boss that you lied, the boss is going to believe them because the boss already knows that you lie when it's convenient for you. But if you have never lied and somebody accused you of lying before and the boss checked it out and then you were honest and the boss found that it was correct, that you didn't lie. Now, if somebody says you lied, the boss is going to believe you, and the person has to bring a lot of evidence, a lot of proof to destroy your job. Right? Now, if you are kind and generous as well, meaning one of the other employees, their baby is sick, and so you took their shift. And somebody needed some money for a hospital, and you gave them some money. And you compliment someone and help them to feel good. Then the employees around you want you to succeed and will respect you. But if you are rude to them, if you don't help at all, if you are lazy and let them do the work, then when there's a problem or there's who should get the promotion, the other employees will give the vote, will give the praise to the one who is kind and generous to them. Now, this is what is called a serious career. You read books, you study, you work 10 hours a day, you're patient, you do the job, you build teamwork with your coworkers. This is a serious job. Now, if you do this, you will succeed. Now, the boss can fire you anytime and get another employee. But if they do it, it will be because somebody else was more serious than you are. If you're a good employee and the boss says, I'm sorry, I'm going to stop hiring you, and there's another employee that they're going to hire, it's because the other employee is going to do a more serious job. Maybe they study better in university and get better grades. Maybe they have more skill and experience in that work. Right? Maybe they have a better reputation and they work for a very successful company. And so the boss thinks that that employee will give better profits to the business, that the business will be more successful because they will hire that person. And similarly, if you study, if you learn, if you grow, and you are the best one, you can go to a company and say, I'm the best one for this job. And maybe the boss will let somebody else go because you are the best one and they want the business to be successful. Now, a good business has a good reputation, is a nice place to work. The customer, the clients, they want to go to that business. If it's a restaurant, they feel welcome in that business. And a good business makes money. If the business loses money every day, the business will be finished soon. Because for the business to live, for the business to survive, it must make money. The customers must need to come and want to come, because the customers can go to another restaurant, another store. The customer needs to come. The boss must need to want to do the business. The employees must want to work there, or they will not work there. They need to come. The customer needs to come. The boss needs to come. And the business needs to make enough money that the boss does not go bankrupt, lose all their money, and then the business shuts. Even if everyone wants to succeed, but they lose money, it shuts, right? If there are too many bribes, if there are too many unexpected expenses, then the business has to shut down. So it must be profitable. It must make value for everyone involved. Now, a marriage is also a serious or a not serious affair, right? So work, a job, you can take a job seriously, or you can take it casually. If you take a job casually, you're not going to study hard in school. You're not going to learn anything. You're not going to get a side job to make enough money to buy nice clothes, so you will have no nice clothes. You will not have any money for a load, so you cannot talk to your boss on the phone and inquire a job because you have no load. You will not have any clothes to go to an interview. You will not have any money for a bus fare. So you will have no job. You will lay around the house, and you will not be very useful, right? And if you go, you will be late and you will not get the job anyway because you didn't take it seriously. So let's look at a marriage. In some ways, a marriage is more complicated than a job because the boss will hire you if you make money and go on time, even if they are a bit angry because you make this mistake, but they need to keep the business open, right? But a husband has sensitive feelings. You have sensitive feelings, right? It's more difficult to have a long-term happy marriage than to have a job. There are many, many, many people who have a job who do not have a happy marriage because they work more at the job than at the marriage, but also in some ways a marriage is more challenging, it takes more skill in some ways to have a good marriage that lasts a long time. So if you are serious at marriage, you will start by going to school. Now, how do you go to school for a marriage? Well, if you are lucky, your parents have a great marriage, and you can talk to them. How did you meet? What do you do to make dad feel better? What do you do to make mom feel better? You can talk to them, and you can learn how to have a great marriage by good examples. Now, many people do not have a good example for their parents, right? Dad is drinking and gambling, and mother's lying and doing this and shopping too much, and they have debts, and it's not a very good marriage. So you cannot learn by studying your parents. You have to study somebody who has a good marriage. Now, to study, you have to ask questions. What do you do when you're angry about this so that it succeeds? You have to ask somebody in a good marriage. What do you do when mom is cheating on you? Why do you stay together, and how do you sort it out? Right? What do you do when you want to lie about this, but you don't lie? Right? You have to learn how to have a good marriage. You have to learn how to have a good fight. A fight is when you disagree. Everyone disagrees sometimes. But you have to see what is the best way to resolve the fight. How do you have a good fight? Now, you studied school for 20 years. Will you study marriage for 1 year at least? How many hours a day will you study a good marriage? If you don't study at all, you're not taking it seriously. You will fail because you don't know what you're doing, right? So if you want a serious relationship and you want it to last, you've got to study. How many books have you read about a good marriage? How many YouTube videos have you studied about how to improve your relationship? How many teachers do you have with good marriages who will advise you? If you do not have all three, you are a poor student. If you are a poor student, you know nothing. If you know nothing, of course, you will fail because you don't take your study seriously. So the first part is you must study to have a good marriage. Now, the second thing is you must learn what kind of man you want, right? So you have to study. You must learn what kind of man that you want. There are funny men, there are joking men, there are flirting men, there are wealthy men, there are hardworking men, there are artistic men. Right? There are men that are away a lot of the time. There are men that work around the house. There are men that want to work with you in a partnership. There are men that want you to get your own job and them to get their own job. There are men that want children and a family. There are men that do not want children. Right? There are men that like to do adventures. There are men that like to stay around the house. There are men that want to praise you. There are men that want to challenge you and say, come on, let's do more. They will not praise you, they will challenge you. There are many, many, many different kinds of men, and you have to learn what kind of men you want and are good at. But you also have to understand reality. You see, when you work at Robinson's, you have to show up on time, you have to have a security check, you have to have a uniform. If you say, oh, I want to work at Robinson's, but I don't want to wear a uniform, well, then you're ignorant. You don't understand the situation. So you will not have a job there, right? Or you will be unhappy. I want to work here, but I don't want to do this. Each job and each man is a package. Maybe this is a really funny guy, but he will not talk about serious things, right? I want a funny guy, but I want him to talk about serious things. Well, maybe he's always laughing and joking, and he will never talk about serious things. Or you say, I want someone to talk about serious things, but I want him to be funny. Now, maybe you can find a bit of both. But you have to understand that people are a package. I want someone who is hardworking and responsible, but I want him to buy me a lot of presents. But it's not responsible to buy you a lot of presents. The responsible thing is to save your money. Now, if you want a romantic person who will spend a lot of money on you, maybe he doesn't have any money, he's poor because he's romantic. Right? He gets some money, he buys you flowers, but you have no food. He gets some money, he buys you chocolates, but there's no money for load. Right? So you have to discover and learn what is the right man for you, and it's a package, and you have to figure it out, just like you have to decide what is the right job for you. Right? And you have to show up. You have to go to an interview. Right? If a man invites you to meet with them and go on or to start courting you, you have to show up. And just as importantly, you must reach out to a man that you like. Because if he's a very good man, hardworking, honest, kind, funny, happy, successful, a lot of women want that job. But you only want him to pick one. You say you have to pick one. You cannot have 3, 5 girlfriends. I want you to pick only me. So you have to be the best one for the job. If you want a very, very handsome man, because you think looks is very important, well, are you the most beautiful woman? Have you taken good care of your body? Do you take good care of your hair? Right? Do you eat well? Do you wear nice clothes? Because if you want the most handsome man, but you're fat, you don't care about, why should the handsome man pick you if he have many people want that job? Why? So it's not just you wait around. You can do that. Many people wait around in their house for a boss to give them a job. They want someone to drive to their house, open up and say, you want a job? You have no education, nothing? Here's a job. No, you have to work for the job. You have to show that person they will be more happy, more successful, enjoy life more because of choosing you, right? So you have to prepare. You have to be the best person you are, right? So that's your job. And you must go on 100 interviews if you want to take it seriously. If you're lazy, right, you just want a fantasy, that's fine. There are many, many, many people who are virgins at age 50, who are single at age 50. They didn't take it seriously. They didn't want the job to work, right? Maybe they have a work job, but they don't have a marriage or a boyfriend because they don't take it seriously. They don't work hard, right? So your job is to be the best one for the job. Now, you cannot know what is the best one unless you listen, which means you have to develop the art of listening and the art of asking. You have to ask your boss, what do you want in a good employee? What do you want from me? You need to be on time. You need to open the shop door. You need to count the money at the end of the day. You have to send a report. You have to wear this uniform. You have to do this. Okay. So if you do all that, you will have the job. When you are in a good marriage, you have to ask your partner, what do you want from me? I want you to give me a massage when I come back from work. I want you to cook this food. I want you to listen to my feelings. I want you to read and discuss this book. I want you to go on this adventure. I want you to help me save money so that we can do this. That's what I want. Now, if you listen and you say, I want to do this, and you are happy to do it, and you do it, then you're creating a partnership. But if you say, you listen, your boyfriend says, I want this and this and this and this, do you want to do it? I don't want to do it. Okay. You don't want to do it. So you're not a good girlfriend. So why should he pick you for the rest of your life? Why? Why they should pick you? You're not a good girlfriend. So if you are a bad employee and you will lose the boss a lot of money because he hired you, the business will fail. The life will be miserable. You want to curse that boss. You want to ruin his life so that you can get some money for your family. The same is true with a boyfriend. If you're not interested, you don't like this, you don't like that, you want to ruin this person's life in this and this way, why they should pick you, right? Why do you want someone's life to go down to be in a relationship with you, right? You have to find a man whose life will go up, who is more happy because of you. And you also have to find a man who makes you more happy. If you tell the man, please give me a hug or tell me I'm beautiful today, and he says, I don't want to do it. Well, it's a stupid man, right? He wants to be close to you. He wants you to pick him, but he doesn't want to do what makes you happy. It's a stupid man. There's many stupid men. There's many stupid women. There's many stupid men. There's many lazy men. There's many lazy women. So you have to find a man who is smart enough and hardworking enough. When you ask something, he will do his best to do it. But your job is to see, can he do it? If he cannot do it, that's your responsibility. You failed. You didn't pick a good man for you. That's your responsibility. Maybe you're lazy. You just wait around for 3 men to come to you. You pick one. He cannot do what you want. Is his fault? No. For example, if you go to a sari store and you get a job for 100 pesos a day, and you start to complain to the owner, I want 500 pesos a day. Why you only give me 100? You are stupid, because if you pick that job and that shop only make 200 pesos a day in profit, and half has to go to the owner and half is for the employee. So it's only 100 pesos available, but you want 500. But the shop doesn't have 500 profit. You are stupid, because you want the small shop to give you the big profit. It's your responsibility to go to school, to study, and get a high job that can pay 500 pesos per day or 1,000, right? That's your responsibility. You must learn, you must interview, you must get the job that is the high salary. If you cannot do it, you cannot blame the boss. You have to accept you do not know how to do it. You don't know how to do it. So this is the tension, this is the balance, right? The same with a man. If you pick a man who doesn't have goals, doesn't have ambition, who's not studying, who's like to gamble a little bit, like to drink a bit, but you say, why? We don't have money. You are stupid. You pick someone who cannot make money, who doesn't have money, who never have money, who doesn't want to make a lot of money, who doesn't want to serious about work, and you ask, where is the money? You can make the money. Don't ask the man to make the money. You study, learn, get the high-paying job, make the money. Then you can pick the lazy man if you fall in love with the lazy man. It's okay. But if you fall in love with a lazy man and you ask why you are so lazy, no, that's not a good question. The good question is why you pick the lazy man. Why? There's 100 million Filipinos. Why not pick one who's hardworking? Why not pick someone who's studying? Why not pick someone who's going up? It's no problem to have a lazy man if you are comfortable with the lazy life. The problem is you pick the lazy man and you say, I want the life to go up. That's your stupidity, right? So you have to pick the right person for you. Number one. And two, you must be the right person for that one. Now, many Filipinos say, no, I want someone accept me as I am. You can try in the boss. You can go to work. You can say, I am stupid. I am lazy. I'm late all the time. I forget to be on time, right? I'm busy with my TikTok, right? But you have to accept me as I am. You pay me 500 pesos a day. Someday I come to work, someday not, because you have to accept me the way I am, right? Accept me. This is how I am, and accept me. The boss will say, go, get out of here. I don't have time for idiots. Get out. I will have someone who accepts the responsibility to do a good job. If you do a good job, I will pay you. You don't do a good job, I will not accept it. That's it, right? Well, the same is in a relationship. Every man wants you to accept the man the way they are. I have no money. I will not court you. I will not brush my teeth, right? I will not comb my hair. I will not give you money. I will gamble. I will do a drinking here. I will steal your money. But I want you to accept me the way I am. Maybe I hit you, but you have to accept me the way I am. This is how I am. Bullshit. You may try that 1, 2, 3 years, and you will say, this is stupid. I will not accept this man the way they am. Bum, get out, right? I don't want you. I will not accept you the way you are. You're lazy, you're stupid, you're unkind, right? You smell. I will not accept it. Get out. Okay, so that's the step one. But now it's your job to find another man that you will accept. You have to find the man you will accept. Oh, I like this, I like this, I like this, I don't like it. Well, you have to find a better man. If you cannot accept something and the man doesn't want to change, you must find another one that you can accept. If you can accept no one in the world, it's okay. But you will be alone. You will not have a great sex. Right? You will not get to do things together because you can accept no one. On the other hand, if you accept everyone, this one lied to you, this one give you a disease, you accept everything. This is your responsibility. If I don't like my girlfriend, I say, I don't like this, and she doesn't change. I have to find a better one. I have to go courting again. I have to work hard. I have to spend money to find a better girlfriend. If I'm too lazy, then I have to accept the bad girlfriend, or I have to be alone. It's my choice. I can be alone, I can have the bad girlfriend, or I have to take time, take skill, take money to find the good girlfriend. These are my choices. No girlfriend, bad girlfriend, take time to find the good one. Because every man wants the good girlfriend. Every man. Billions of men all looking for the good girlfriend. So a lot of men will be interested in the good girlfriend. This one is honest, hardworking, beautiful, kind, warm, right? Friendly, appreciative, do detailed work, smart, make money. Every man wants that girl, right? And so the girl can choose who is the good man for her, right? She can pick the best one. Your job is to be the best woman in some way. Maybe you are the best one to listen to someone's feelings. Maybe you are the best one for massage. Maybe you are the best one for laughing and adventure. Maybe you are the best one to make money. Maybe you are the best one with your beauty and your kindness. Maybe you are the one to help you grow. Maybe you are the really good friend who's there in the difficult time. Or maybe you have nothing. You have nothing. And you want someone to accept you with nothing. Why should if someone have 1,000 women open to him and you have nothing, but they have many things, why they pick you? Because in the beginning of the relationship, you fall in love. In the beginning. If you are lucky, you fall in love. But in 3 years, it's not about falling in love. In 3 years, the feeling falling in love is disappear. So then you have the thinking. is this a good person? Is it honest, hardworking, kind? Is this a good person? Now you have thinking. You begin, you're not thinking too much, you fall in love. But later, the love goes down and thinking is going up, and you pay attention. Why am with this man who's rude to me? He's not respecting me. Why? Why I choose him? And you will choose another one. Or the man will say the same. Oh, in the beginning, he have a fantasy, he's falling in love with his fantasy. Maybe you are beautiful, you have sex, it feels very nice. So he falls in love with you. But then you crash the motorbike, then you take money from his pocket, then the house is dirty, then is crying children. And 1, 2, 3 years, the man is thinking, why I picked this woman? He's not feeling in love, he's thinking. So if you want a serious relationship, it's easy to fall in love. You just have sex with someone, many times you fall in love. Not because of thinking, but because it's a good feeling. It's a great feeling. Oh, I feel so nice. I was lonely before, I was scared before, now I feel so nice. I picked you. But it's not the other person is so nice. Sex is so nice. Being close to someone is so nice. Imagine, oh, this time will be the perfect relationship. It's a nice thought. But then reality takes in. Oh, this woman is just like the last woman. She's always complain but not work hard. She's not want to be warm again today. I say hello, she turn away. Why? Why I am here with this woman, keep spending money? And the man will go another one, right? So if you are serious, you must prepare for this time. So when the man stopped to feel the deep feeling, falling in love, he look at you and say, I don't feel, I feel some love, but it's not so strong. Maybe I should look another one. But he will say, no, she's kind. More than another one. She's honest. She doesn't lie. She doesn't steal. She's hardworking. She helped our family to grow. She's studying. She's learning new skills. I like to talk to her. We have a nice joke. She's a good mother. So I don't feel the big feeling, falling in love, but I will be here in this relationship. I will stay here because this is the best one. My thinking say this is the good one. Even I don't feel a passion, I want to have sex every day, I still think this is the good one. It's a good one. And so you prepare by being a good partner, by working hard, by developing yourself, by helping him to feel good about himself, by helping him to succeed, by listening, by learning, by growing. Sometimes you have to wait, right? You have to be warm. You have to make an effort. If you just sit there waiting and you make the man come court you all the time, right? You are not showing interest and effort. You have to make the effort to go to him, to show respect and interest to him, to learn about his ideas. So these are the ways that you take a relationship seriously. One of the things that I find funny online, I am a writer. And so I have, of course, 100 Filipinas. They all write to me. They want the serious relationship, very serious. but they have a late reply. No reply, no reply, no reply. But they are so serious about the relationship. But then they say, oh, I'm sorry for the late reply. And I say, no, you did not do a late reply. You still did not reply. You just apologize for the late reply. You still don't reply. So it's not serious. And I say, here is one of my books. Do you want to learn? Do you want to study? Do you want to grow? And they say, I don't want to read a book. I want a serious relationship, but I don't want to work. Right? I want a serious relationship. I don't want to work. I don't want to think. Let's have a beer. Let's have a drink. Let's go to dinner. I don't want to think, but I want a serious relationship. But if you go to your job and you say, I don't want to think, I don't want to learn, I just want the boss take you to dinner, but I'm very serious about this job. It's a weak idea. So if you want a serious relationship, you must take the relationship seriously. To take the serious relationship is not about words, it's about actions. Study, show up, speak, be honest, listen, ask questions. I have a book called Amazing Questions. To ask people and listen and write it down. Right? If you want to be in a relationship with a writer, read the book and see, do you want to talk about these kind of things? If you don't want to think, you don't want to read, it's not the right relationship for you. Right? So these are your jobs. And the reason that many men do not have a good partner and do not have a good relationship, and many men are single, is they don't want to do the work. The reason that you are single is you don't want to do the work. You must interview 100 men, you must listen carefully, and you must learn who is the man that you will make happy. Not just for sex in the moment, that's easy. Every woman can make a man happy with sex. It's easy. But what about talking? What about working together? Can you make this one happy? Can you? Do you want to? Or are you lazy? If you are lazy, you need to suffer. Because if you suffer enough, you will stop to be lazy. Right? So you need to suffer some more. But once you suffer enough, once you are lonely enough, once you are tired enough, then maybe you will start to work hard to grow your relationship, to find the good person, to talk with 100 people, to pick maybe one, maybe two, maybe three, maybe four that you think could be work. And maybe this one pick another one. And this one pick another one. So now you have two men who have interest in you, who you can make happy and you like. They're good men for you. So now you can decide which is the best one for you. So you try one and you see maybe you're wrong. So then you can try again. Maybe you get a job, you think it's a good one, but you're not happy in 6 months. So do you need to learn some new thing to improve your life in the job, or you need to get a new job? If you do a very good job, the boss will give you a reference and support to find another job. Or you can start your own company. This is how you take a relationship seriously. If you don't do it, you are not serious. If you are not serious, you don't want a serious relationship. Everyone wants to be rich. Nobody wants to do the work. Everyone wants a good marriage. Nobody wants to do the work. In life, there's play, there's fun, and there's work. Any important thing, a house, a marriage, a job, any important thing that will last a long time has maybe 30 to 50% easy good things and 50% hard work to succeed in that. You must decide if you want to do the work.